A brief history. The Yuan Dynasty, established by the Mongols, represents one of the most turbulent eras in Chinese history. Founded by Kublai Khan in 1271, it marked the first Mongol dynasty in China and the culmination of a lengthy conquest that began under Genghis Khan. However, the Yuan administration, especially in its later years, was plagued by severe mismanagement. Externally, the empire faced widespread uprisings, while internal strife and power struggles sealed its inevitable downfall. Looking back, it is striking to reflect on how a world-spanning empire with unprecedented territorial reach crumbled within less than a century. From Kublai Khan's proclamation of the Yuan Dynasty in 1271 to the flight of the last Yuan emperor, Togon Timur, from Dadu, in 1368, the dynasty lasted merely 97 years. Causes of decline. Ethnic hierarchy. A primary factor in the Yuan dynasty's collapse was its rigid ethnic hierarchy. The population was divided into three distinct classes. The Mongols, who monopolized high-ranking positions in the administration and military. The Samuran, a group composed of Central Asians, Persians, and others from Western regions, who served as intermediaries and were favored by the regime. The Han people, mainly in the Central Plains, who bore heavy taxes, suffered oppression, and were considered the lowest class. Economic exploitation. After the Yuan conquered the Song dynasty, they exploited China's resources to serve the Mongol elite. Han farmers were subjected to crippling taxes, including levies on rice and salt and forced labor, which plunged them into poverty. This dire situation led to frequent uprisings, culminating in the Red Turban Rebellion of 1351. The rise of the Ming Dynasty. Zhu Yuanzhang's leadership. The Red Turban Rebellion witnessed the meteoric rise of Zhu Yuanzhang, who ultimately established the Ming Dynasty in southern China. Born into poverty, Zhu emerged as a formidable leader during chaotic times, defeating rivals such as Chun Yuliang in the Battle of Poyang Lake, 1363, and capturing Jiangshan during the Siege of Suzhou, 1367. In 1368, Zhu launched a northern campaign to seize Dadu, driving the Yuan court back to the steppe. He not only reclaimed strategic regions, but also achieved a rare and decisive northern military victory in ancient Chinese history. Ascending the throne as the Hangwu Emperor, Zhu worked tirelessly to rebuild a nation devastated by war, reforms, and consolidation. The Hangwu Emperor aimed to create a self-sufficient agrarian society. He structured the military around rigid systems designed to ensure a stable, permanent force. His empire's standing army exceeded 1 million soldiers, supported by naval shipyards in Nanjing, the largest of their kind in the world. He also curbed the power of eunuchs and unaffiliated magnates, consolidating control by granting his many sons fiefs throughout China. Yuan resistance and Ming campaigns. The northern Yuan. Although the Yuan lost control of central China, the Mongols retained significant power in the northern steppes. Vast regions such as Shaanxi, Sichuan, Yunnan, and Guizhou remained under Yuan control, posing a persistent threat to the Ming. Remnants of the Yuan court, known as the Northern Yuan, continued to resist. Determined to eliminate this threat, the Hangwu Emperor launched aggressive campaigns. In 1372, Ming General Su led 150,000 troops to strike at the last strongholds of the Northern Yuan in Karakoram, the former Mongol capital. Despite setbacks, including a major defeat at the hands of Yuan General Wang Baobao, the Ming army's superior organization eventually prevailed. The fall of Karakoram. In 1387, the Ming launched a decisive campaign under the command of General Lan Yu. This campaign culminated in the destruction of Karakoram, reducing it to ashes and leaving the northern Yuan in disarray. Without the leadership of Wang Baobao, who had died 5 years earlier, the Mongols lacked the tactical brilliance to counter the Ming forces effectively. Southern campaigns. The Yunnan conquest. In 1381, the Hangwu Emperor turned his attention to Yunnan, a region that had defied Ming authority. A massive force of 250,000 soldiers, led by General Fu Yud and supported by Muslim generals Mu Ing and Lan Yu, systematically dismantled Yunnan's defenses. By January 1382, the Ming forces had overwhelmed the northern Yuan's forces in Yunnan, leading to the suicide of Prince Basil Wormi, the Mongol leader in the region. Legacy of the Ming military. The Ming military's organization and logistical systems drew inspiration from both Mongol garrisons and earlier Chinese models. Military farms, known as tunshin, were established along the northern frontiers to ensure self-sufficiency. Additionally, a hereditary military household system created a stable supply of soldiers. Diplomatic strategies. While the Ming focused on military campaigns, they also employed diplomacy to manage regional powers. The Hangul Emperor welcomed tribute missions, including one from Timur, the son-in-law of the Chagatai Khanate. These diplomatic efforts helped stabilize relations and isolate the northern Yuan. Conclusion. The Yuan dynasty's fall marked the end of Mongol rule in China,
but their legacy endured in the Ming's administrative and military reforms. The Ming dynasty, under the leadership of the Hangul Emperor, achieved stability and military dominance, laying the foundation for one of China's most enduring imperial dynasties.